Всем привет! Сегодня снова стрим пораньше. И как уже было запланировано, буду проходить продолжение Депонии. В прошлый раз остановились на том, что у нас запустилось обучение. Забавно, что в Complete Journey есть, грубо говоря, вот это обучение между частями. Как будто мы с прошлого раза забыли совсем, как в игру играть. С прошлого раза, там, буквально минут 5 назад. Так. Тун-турун-турун. Ага. Аватарка работает. Мне нужно... переключить сцену. Брать музыку. Снова привет, Руфус. Так. Чат я вижу. ОБС я вижу. Шик. Предупреждаю сразу, я буду периодически кое-что есть. Тут курочка в панировке. Поскольку у меня обед все еще не закончился.
That's Bozo, the old pirate.
I am not a pirate, just a simple junk dealer.
Really? That's the first time I heard that.
That's because you never listen to me. I also told you to talk to me, not to take a closer look at me.
So what? Why would I take orders from a filthy pirate?
You've forgotten everything, right?
No, I haven't.
Then why don't you start talking to me? Just point the cursor at me and left click as soon as the speech balloon icon appears.
Will you stop yakking then?
You know, that would trigger some amusing dialogue.
How exciting!
Ну давай поговорим с Бозо.
Talk to Bozo.
You don't have to say that aloud.
Hey, who's talking to you?
Hello there. You clicked on me.
Yeah, and I regret it already. But you see, there's nothing left here that you could teach me. You don't even know,
Как осмотреть предмет?
how to look at an object.
But I already know that.
I see. And how?
I point at it with my mouse cursor and right-click when the eye icon appears.
Nonsense. That's not an eye. It's a ping pong ball.
With a pupil?
Yeah, it's loaded.
Why would they use a loaded ping pong ball as an icon for the action examine?
I'm about to demonstrate that using the small object lying on the ground over there by pointing the cursor at it and right-clicking as soon as the ping pong ball appears.
I'm holding my breath.
Инь.
What's
Осмотрим.
that?
It's the reactor lead head.
But it was a cathode plunger in the last game.
It's the lead head, believe me. You need it to repair the press.
And how exactly am I going to do that if I can't even pick the thing up?
Sure you can pick it up. Just point at it with the mouse to make the hand icon appear. Then left click to pick it up.
Oh no, this has to be easier. Huh? Where'd it go?
You put it in your inventory. You know, where all your items go. You pick the thing up. Now use the mouse wheel to open the inventory.
Hey, there it is.
Exactly. Now, this is your inventory.
I knew that.
Here you can view all the stuff you're lugging around. You remember how to do that, don't you?
Huh. How did this strange thing end up in my inventory?
No idea. You might need it for the tutorial.
Tutorial schmutorial.
And? Any luck combining them?
I'm working on it.
Click on one of the two items with the hand icon to attach it to your mouse pointer. Then click on the other item to combine them.
I was just about to do that.
О боже.
Look here, Bozo. I fixed the part.
I won't believe that until I see it in operation.
I know. My handyman skills are really incredible. So this is the thing I'm supposed to fix.
Right. But you need to be careful.
Hey, being careful is for people who can't handle surprises.
But in this case, the surprise would be the piston of the press, which, with all the force of an approaching steamroller, would crush your...
Don't say it. You're spoiling my surprise. It fits.
Next you need to...
Hey, you don't have to spoon feed me. I'll manage the rest.
Whatever.
Ну что, готовы к очередной песне?
When you're ready, you need to...
Hold your horses, will ya? It's just a button. I think I can manage without your help.
Rufus, don't. You're standing right under the...
Don't panic. You don't think I'd fall for the same feeble gag twice. So, what was that again? I push this button here, and then...
Didn't look all that feeble to me.
They came out of nowhere. With their cruisers, plasma weapons, and mechanical beards. Organized. They took our village by force. They left nothing behind but tears and devastation. They were looking for gold and Elysium, the girl that fell from the sky. And only one person was prepared to save her. He woke her up, contacted her fiancé, and took her to the lower Ascension station, only to learn the shocking truth once he got there. Cletus, Gold's fiancé, wasn't acting out of love. He had an agreement with Ulysses, the mysterious leader of the Organon, and Argus, his right hand. They needed the Ascension codes, hidden away in Gold's brain implant, and they wanted to erase her memory. They wanted to make sure no Elysian would ever know that our world is inhabited. For their goal was terrible beyond imagination. They wanted to blow up our world. But they had failed to reckon with the One. He swapped the cartridges. And he restored Gold's memory so that she could bear the truth to Elysium. The name of this one man, this selfless hero, was Rufus. Dun, 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 dun. Bop, bop, bop.
That wasn't the whole story, was it?
That was the first part. I think it's going to be a trilogy.
Sounds a bit unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievably cool.
But if it really all happened like that, shouldn't I be on my way to Elysium with Cletus? So what are you doing here? Where is Cletus? Why am I unable to remember any of this? And forgive me for asking, but why is there a burning saw blade stuck in the side of the ship?
Oh, that. Oh, well, I was about to get to that part. So listen up. Da 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 dun 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 dun.
You're being pathetic again about accurate bacteria in the fridge. It's getting boring, but packing bags due to dirty socks I threw to lampshades, rim borders on anodons gone. Didn't I explicate it? Are you still not persuaded? There's grass growing on your tympanic membrane. Remember Deponia, self-sacrifices, and oh gosh, now I have to start all over again. Start all over again.
Все сначала начинать. Хаос на Депонии.
Trash. Trash. And more trash.
Isn't it adorable?
Yeah, sure. Hard to imagine I ever wanted to leave here.
Ah, Rufus. This is the lad I was telling you about.
What? Him? From what you told me, I had imagined a smart young man, not a filthy bum.
There's more to him than meets the eye. When I first met him, Rufus was still a... How shall I put this?
Just say it. I was a self-indulgent slob, but I'm steadily improving.
That's right. Right now, for example, he is helping Bozo to get the trawler shipshape.
So I am. I was gonna ask you whether I can borrow your hammer.
No problem. You can take it from my toolbox over there.
Thanks, Doc. You're the best.
I still don't know, really. Something just doesn't seem right about that boy.
But Grandma Utz, whatever are you talking about?
The once more from the top. Так, мы находимся в доме какой-то бабули Уц. И она знакома с Доком. Возможно, они женаты. Возможно, они были женаты. Так. Поговорим-ка с ними.
May I interrupt for a moment?
Of course. Did you find the hammer?
Well, not exactly.
It's in my tool chest. You're welcome to take it, as long as you promise not to wreak havoc.
Not me.
Ну ладно.
Aren't you worried he might steal something?
I trust him completely.
Didn't you tell me that he suffers from an exaggerated opinion of himself?
А!
Those days are over. Rufus has learned a lot. He is much more careful than before.
Rufus seems like a brutal thug to me.
Rufus? Brutal? Never.
I just hope he doesn't turn my whole house upside down.
He's just getting a hammer. How much damage could he possibly do?
Хороший вопрос.
Did he even wash his hands?
Of course he did. Rufus is very clean.
That's good. I have a very limited supply of water. All I'm saying is that he seems very clumsy.
Your fears are completely groundless. Rufus has become very careful since his last adventure.
And if he has to use the toilet, then he can do that on the trawler.
Of course, Grandma.
It's just that I have hardly any water left.
He's just getting a hammer.
Так, что еще можно сделать?
Can a person really change so much?
It's very simple. Once burned, twice shy. And Rufus has burned his fingers more than once. He has learned. I would bet the house on it.
Не надо за него таким образом ручаться.
Will you promise me that he won't try to knock me out with a blunt instrument to steal my things?
Not Rufus. When I met him, he may have been a bit crude and sometimes even disrespectful. But at heart, he's a very good boy.
If that's all true, then he must have turned himself around 180 degrees.
That's how it is. As if someone installed a power inverter in him.
And he shouldn't give John Thomas too much to drink under any circumstances.
Well, if that's all you're worried about,
Something like that can kill a little bird.
Rufus isn't going to drown your bird by accident.
He would ask before he used my water supply, wouldn't he?
Absolutely.
Good, good. I have to get by on what I have until the end of the month. You almost have me convinced, but there is one thing that still worries me. He had better not clog my garbage disposal. The blades are so sharp. Things are always getting caught in there.
Oh, Grandma, you worry about the silliest things.
С каждым последующим действием ситуация становится все хуже и хуже.
If you promise me that he will be careful, then everything is all right. Just as long as nothing happens to my John Thomas.
О боже.
Promise.
Так, где Джон Томас?
Then I should apologize. I suppose your Rufus really must have improved.
Я буду надеяться, что Джон Томас просто застрял где-то там, и он выберется. И его не расплющили эти... Блин, что у этой игры за тенденция издеваться над животными? То они котов током бьют, то попугаев вырубают каким-то смешащим газом, то птиц через мусор. Я даже не знаю, как эта штука называется. Пропускают.
Well, what do you know? Here it is.
Have you found it at last?
Yeah, sure.
It certainly took you long enough. I hope you didn't leave a mess.
Me? No way. But enough chit-chat. Bozo's waiting!
Just relax, Rufus. It's not like anything's on fire.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
By the way, what's that funky smell? Rufus, have you gone completely off the deep
О
end?
боже.
You almost set Grandma Utz's heart on fire.
All for a good cause.
You committing suicide?
No, I'm traveling to Elysium.
But Rufus, we've been through all that. I thought you would finally become reasonable.
Become reasonable? I am reasonable. And that's exactly why my plan is gonna work this time.
What plan are you talking about?
Well, what does it look like?
It looks like a madman's attempt to refute the principle of action and reaction.
Close enough.
Goodness gracious me.
As soon as I step on these bellows, the cork will hit the 3 targets one by one. In a spectacular chain reaction, this will cause the rockets to be lit and the safety rope to be cut. I have calculated everything. Just watch and learn. Oh, and keep away from the falling blade if you want to hold on to your fingers. Elysium, here I come. The first target opens the gas tap on the Bunsen burner, which then lights the fuse.
Isn't it more probable that the cork will simply knock over the Bunsen burner?
My design is based on science, not some nebulous probabilities.
The calculation of probabilities is an integral component of all sciences.
For you, maybe. My science is based on hearsay and inner conviction. Second, the cork will ricochet off this pan.
I seriously doubt that. On what do you base this assumption?
Well, I drew a target on it, didn't I?
Oh, heavens.
After the cork ricochets off the other 2 targets, it will hit exactly here. I've calculated everything precisely.
How did you calculate that?
Well, the way you calculate things. You lie down for a while, and these mathematical formulas come to you in your sleep. Watch your fingers, Doc. As soon as the cork hits the 3rd target, the scale will trigger the guillotine.
It would be insane to believe that will work, but it would be even more insane to assume I would be safe here.
Перевод опять шалит.
You'll see. I will go to Elysium.
Stop it, Rufus. The only thing you will achieve is a spectacular suicide.
Don't panic. I've calculated everything. An apology is about to be due.
Ну что?
Light the fireworks as soon as the saw blade is in the air. Then, they will create enough spin to catapult me directly to Elysium. At the halfway point, eagles will start to fly alongside me if my sketch is correct.
Орлы прилетят.
The cork is in place and precisely oriented. Well, approximately precisely. Take a good look.
Rufus, no!
О боже.
Doc. Uh-oh. Doc, that's not a good place for a nap. The Bunsen burner could boil away the water in the vase any minute. And when the scales pan goes up, it will trigger the guillotine. The fuse is already lit. Doc, are you listening? Wake up! Oh, what a bummer. Save Doc or go to Elysium. Save Doc or go to Elysium. Darn it. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I think I can reach it. Oh, not quite. Must be because of the wind. And whoop! Oof! Perfect body control, as always. I could hit that with a well-aimed toss, but that would just trigger the guillotine. And somehow, I doubt that Doc would still be in the mood for thunderous applause. Very clever. I'll simply solve the problem through a process of elimination. Doc will be proud of me if he isn't decapitated in the next few seconds. It's already broken enough. I could hit that with a... but that would just... and somehow... Maybe I can scratch... That shouldn't affect the flight characteristics of... That tickles. With the right momentum, I could easy and totally realistic. If the black powder reaches the flames, it could ignite the gas. And then... there's bound to be an interesting chain reaction, whose outcome is very difficult to predict. What am I waiting for? Oh, it worked! I saved Doc! Whoa!
Rufus!
Huh? What?
You haven't answered my question. How did you get here? I just don't understand.
That's because there is nothing to
Боже.
understand. The whole story is nothing but one big filthy lie. Almost as filthy as Rufus, but not quite.
Cletus?
Of course it's Cletus. Why would that surprise you? I am not the one who barged in here uninvited.
I have come to save my planet.
Well done, moron. Goal and I had reached an agreement. I was trying to keep the existence of the Deponians a secret from the Council of Elders so that Deponia could be exploded, but Goal convinced me to tell the truth. We were just about to save Deponia. The escape pod was taking us to Elysium.
О
Now,
боже.
it's useless. We're not going to make it to Elysium, and the Council of Elders will never learn about the Deponians. Bravo, Rufus. That was a stroke of genius.
Don't listen to him, Goal. He's lying through his teeth.
I don't know. His version does sound pretty convincing.
Now, remember, he's lied to you before. The Goal that I know would never have let him get away with it.
That's because you only know one part of Goal, the part that is naive and idealistic.
The Goal that I know is a fighter who will stand up for what she believes in.
But there is a third part as well. And that part sides with me. Isn't that true, Goal?
There is no third part. You tell him, Goal.
I just don't know. I can't remember a thing.
Of course you can't. Thanks to this Fleabag's brilliant intervention, your brain implant has been damaged. It's a habit of his.
I'll fix it. Don't worry.
You still don't get it, do you? We have no use for you here. If you really want to help Goal, then jump. We're directly over the ocean. With a little luck, you may even survive the fall.
No! No, this isn't right!
Oh, come on. Do what is best for Goal.
О боже. Я ж как будто фильм смотрю.
That looks like an ejector seat. Huh, there's still dust on the label. A shrink ray. That's even better than an ejector seat.
Oh, come on. Do what is best for Goal.
I won't let that underhanded traitor take Goal to Elysium. If I'm interpreting the label correctly, then this button activates the shrink ray. Wait, there's more dust. Awesome! A bear! That's my favorite so far. Huh, must be the ejector seat after all. I'm what's best for Goal.
No, don't!
Ha! Nothing. Why? I wonder if... Uh-oh! No! Goal!
You idiot!
Goal! No, 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 no!
You blasted idiot!
Cletus, help me!
Hang on! Don't panic! I'll come and get you! Somehow!
Do you finally realize the damage you're doing?
Cletus!
Don't panic!
I'll get you. Why don't I do everyone a favor and kill you right here? I'm coming, Ghoul. Hang in there. Where do you think you're going? I'm on my way.
Watch out! The rope's going to break at any moment!
What are you doing? Did you really think you could get away like that? Say bye-bye, Rufus. Cletus, no!
Cletus!
Ah! Oh dear, what have I done?
I still can't believe he really did that.
No need to worry, really. He's just like a wombat. He often falls, but he always lands on
All the others. I know. What is that noise?
What the?
Goal?
Don't be silly. If that were goal, the next we could expect... Rufus?
Rufus.
Ouch.
Что происходит на аргононском крейсере?
Everything's ready for detonation, Bailiff. Acknowledged, Chief Blaster. Anything else? Are there no new instructions? We can start the countdown now. I appreciate your eagerness, but this is not a training maneuver. This is about destroying the zone around the Rust-Red Sea before we blow up the entire planet. I see, Bailiff. Stop interrupting me. I know very well what is at stake here. Do you think I wasn't aware of all the implications? It is true. Inspector Cletus has not yet reached Elysium. We can only guess what kept him, but as long as there is still hope that he will complete his task, we need not worry. Until then, I don't want to hear about any countdowns. Do you understand? Yes, I do, Bailiff. Cletus is going to succeed. He will convince the Council of Elders that there is no sentient life on Deponia. And, if he should fail, then we shall see to it that the planet is indeed uninhabited. Dismissed. I have too many worries of my own to deal with your moral misgivings, so get out! Out, I say! Yes, sir. Where the devil is Cletus?
Only the most epic tales feature cool depictions of saw blades crushed into cable boat walls. The attempt, though a blunt stunt, affected goals and planned, which surely can't be blamed on Rufus at all. Reckoning up the sum, the best was yet to come. For the end of part one seemed a little too coarse, and to a man we'll send him to a 10-second chance for a decent happy ending. A grand fling with dancing and booze and so forth.
Huzzah with booze and so forth.
I think I ought to fire my chiropractor.
Doc? Huh. We seem to have docked. But where is everybody? Huh. A note from Bozo, that old pirate. Good morning, Lazy Bones. Doc took Gold to his office. Huh. Finally someone who uses his brain. She wasn't feeling all that well. Yada, yada, yada. Blood from her ears. Blah, blah, blah. You can find me in the tavern. Tavern? Now that sounds promising. Huh, there's something else. Don't forget to go and see Doc. He needs your help. Why can't they ever manage without me?
Так.
The floating black market is in the middle of the rust-red sea, far from the cruiser routes of the Organon. That's good. I can't leave here, not without gold. I would love to claim that I don't rummage around in trash, but who am I kidding? After all, this is Deponia. Bleh, slimy. Oh, that is disgusting. No, I've had it. I simply do not belong here. Wait, what's this? Hey, that's my old anchovy bait. It's still good. It's still good.
Новая локация.
Nothing beats a fresh breeze from the sea. The smell of freedom and adventure. And tar and toxic chemicals. And Tony's mother?
Shh! You're scaring the fish.
Rotten fish. Close enough. But this native presents a welcome opportunity to make use of my cosmopolitan tactfulness and my linguistic skills. Me, Rufus, where I find lab belong to Doc.
Are you talking to me, ape man? We put maps up for people like you.
Ah, you mean heroes passing through?
I mean people we prefer not to talk to.
Hey, just so you know it, I have an excellent sense of direction. I don't need your stinking maps.
So what you looking at it for?
I'm not looking. I'm just shooting it a contemptuous glance. Doc's office is in the industrial park. But where's the tavern? Ah, well, who cares? I guess I'll go see Doc first then.
Индустриальный район.
I can look around the town later. First, I have to help Doc get Goal back into shape. Can't have the old coot grabbing all the credit for himself.
Карта меня телепортирует, прикольно. Так,
What an
гнездо.
ugly nest. It must
Утконос.
belong to an extremely ugly bird.
Красавчик. Печка.
So much wonderful potential for a festive, all-consuming fire. So
Ну ладно. Ящик с подушкой безопасности.
according to the delivery note, the crate contains a replacement airbag for the canal gondolas.
Взять я не могу. Так, потом. Мастерская дока. А может быть, туда и нужно. Яйцо в трубе.
I never touch stuff that some stranger has already had in their rear end. I can look around the first. Can't have the old. I can look around first. Can't have the.
Значит, нужно туда. Изолента. Конечно же, тащу все подряд. Ручка. Ведро с краской.
The wet blanket among colors.
Палка.
I'll show him who the superior species is around here. What a cute little doggy you are.
I beg your pardon. My name is Cleverbite. I'm an autonomous, cybernetically highly developed service unit, programmed to perform complex security tasks.
Cleverbite. Oh, such an amusing name for a robo-dog.
I will not suffer such indignities. Through the neuronal connection of computer circuits with organic cerebral matter, I am capable of processing more than 3,000 floating point operations per second.
Can you sit up and beg?
Perhaps not, but I could sit up and grab something until you beg me to let go.
You know, you've got quite an attitude for a cyber whatever mongrel, but I'm pretty sure that your bark is worse than your bite.
Do you hear me barking then?
I don't know. All I can hear is
Me, 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 nerdy ramblings, me, 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 me.
I'll ask Doc to make you a cyber muzzle.
To do that, you would need to get past me, right?
I'm not going to allow some stupid mutt to block my path.
Actually, I'm a superior cybernetic.
Me, 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 superior, me, 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 me.
Let me show you who is superior here. Down.
I am not sure I have comprehended your intention.
That's because you're only a silly dog.
It might help if you could talk in complete sentences.
Down, boy.
Bravo. With a little more effort, you might indeed be capable of forming an entire sentence.
Ha! Piece of cake.
The fuck? Сим требует, чтобы ты немедленно выполнил команду сидеть.
I hereby demand that you perform the act of down.
Good boy. But I'm still not sure what you're really trying to tell me.
Well, down, down, see? Like this.
This guy cracks me up.
Пусти меня, мне нужно к доку.
Let me through. I have to see Doc.
Oh, but I can't do that. If I let you through, my designation as a watchdog would be completely compromised.
And if you don't, you'll be completely compressed. I think you're forgetting who's the superior species here.
Then why don't you simply show me?
Может, пропустишь меня? Пожалуйста.
Will you please let me in?
That sounds better already. But I didn't quite get the third word you said.
Please,
Talk directly into the audio interface.
if you insist. Please, 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 please!
Зараза.
Stop it! Oh, please, stop! You're overloading my circuits!
Кто хороший робопес?
Who's a good robot dog?
I need to think about that one. Your mother, perhaps?
What? Oh, you rotten!
Тупая скотина.
Stupid mutt!
What? You're giving up already? How disappointing.
Hey, look what I've got! And now, be a good dog and fetch the stick. What's wrong? Fetch the stick! Or are you too stupid?
Yes, exactly. That's it.
Fetch that stick.
No.
You go fetch that stick now. Attaboy!
If you're so fond of that stick, why don't you go get it yourself? And if you're a good boy, I might even let you pass.
О, боже.
That tin can is even too stupid to fetch. Go on. I just threw a stick, and you are a dog. So, what do dogs do in a case like this?
I wait for you to make an even bigger fool of yourself?
No, wrong. You fetch the stick. Or are you too stupid? Wait. I'll show you how it's done.
Oh, boy. You didn't really just do that, did you? I can't take it anymore.
Hey, look what... And now, what's wrong? Or are you too...
Yes, that's it. Oh, come on, please.
So will you...
I'm afraid I am, but
Зараза.
Wait, but pay better attention this time.
oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Когда его уже коротнет. Блин.
Something seems to be wrong with this lamp. It flickers constantly. Maybe the fixture's loose.
Decapo! Decapo!
Maybe the fixture...
Decapo!
That barking trash can may think he can shock me, but I'll show him what a shock... What the shock... I mean, what the shock... Oh, whatever. Some ingenious pun with shock. Shock. Because of the electric shock and so on. Oh, come on, Rufus. You don't need a punchline to be brilliant.
What are you doing?
You'll find out soon enough. Ow!
Stop! I can't take it anymore! What are you?
You'll find... Ow!
Stop!
I can easily take... Yeah, maybe I should insulate the stick. Now he's in for a nasty shock. Hey, what's wrong? Are you giving up?
Yes, you were right. This stick business is just too much for me.
You stupid muddy cur. Here, like this. You put the stick in your mouth.
Oh boy, I can't take it anymore. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, 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 oh boy.
Руфус убил собаку? Ты сволочь, Руфус. Руфус, ты сволочь.
Does it have juice?
What is going on out there? Stop playing around with the equipment and come in.
Not necessary. I've got all the time I need. Hey, Doc.
Rufus. At last, Goal really almost bought it this time.
But, as I can see, you have everything under control. I'll, go look for Bozo then. He mentioned a tavern.
Her implant has been badly damaged. I need to operate right away. There is only one problem. The data cartridge is not going to survive the procedure.
I take it that's a bad thing?
Well, yes. Her entire mind is stored on the thing. Her memory, her character.
The ascension codes.
I can save the data, but I need a bunch of empty cartridges.
And these cartridges are hard to obtain?
Not really. This is the floating black market after all. There's nothing you can't get here. And brain implants are currently all the rage. I installed another one just the other day. You will find the cartridges in the gadget shop.
What? Why me?
Because I need to get ready for the surgery.
And I need to familiarize myself with the local circumstances. Bozo said something about a tavern?
Rufus.
All right. So I get those cartridges in the gadget shop?
It's right by the harbor, outside the city gate. Just have them charged to my account. But make very sure that you get the good cartridges. The cheap ones are bound to cause problems.
Oh, it's your money.
Так, мне нужно несколько картриджей, чтобы записать всю личность Гоул.
Goal!
She can't hear you, Rufus.
No problem. I know what to do. All I need is battery acid, gunpowder, bull's blood.
Or you can simply bring me the cartridges as I asked you to do.
We'll see. She's almost always unconscious when we run into each other. I wonder if there's a connection. Ah, nonsense. I wonder if he can do it. Not without my help, that much is certain. So I get those cartridges in the gadget shop?
It's right by the harbor. Just have them, but make very sure.
Хорошо. Хорошо, док. Хорошо.
Chew first.
That was a reminder that you are not to poke around in my things.
Okay, reminder heard and ignored.
Rufus?
It's okay.
И если я его еще раз нажму, запомню. Что это за таблички? Свет вызывает кровотечение из глаз. Тут происходит взрыв мозга. Кого-то куда-то катапультируют. Не хватает одного зуба, что ли? И человек в огне. Ну, примерно то, что случается с Руфусом. Почти каждый день.
Hey, you.
Who? Me?
No, we're talking to the three-headed platypus behind you.
We've been watching you.
We know what you're planning.
Oh yeah? Seems like you know more than I do.
News spreads fast in the floating black market. You've got something very valuable there.
It mustn't fall into the wrong hands.
And your hands would be the right ones?
Let's just say we're friends.
We're the good guys.
We fight against oppression by the Organon.
Death to the Organon.
The Organon is planning something
Something unspeakable.
so unspeakable that we cannot talk about it.
We've got to go.
We've already said too much.
But we'll be back.
And then we'll get what is rightfully ours.
Do not talk about this to anybody.
Keep your back to the wall.
And do not forget who your true friends are.
Death to the Organon.
Death to the Organon.
What was that all about?
Действительно, что это было? А где Руфус? Вот Руфус. Слишком много информации. Так. Ну, предположим, сюда.
The red pipe leads toward Little Venice, the green into the heart of the industrial park, and the yellow into that dark alley. Expired tranquilizers. Better than nothing. Somebody should tell them that polka dots are totally out. Yoo-hoo!
What? Where?
So, what do you sell here?
What does it look like?
Well,
No, seriously, what does it look like? I'm blind, you know.
I see mostly mind-altering substances, illegal drugs, and questionable medications.
Oh, good. That's all right then. This is my drugstore, apparently. How may I help you?
You're blind? How come?
Let's put it like this. I should have read the directions for use while I still could.
Wait a minute. What is that?
Boo boo boo! Peekaboo! Get lost!
I would like to buy something.
That's good. That's very good. What will it be?
Мне нужно зелье на плюс 5 к здоровью.
I would like a +5 healing potion.
Sorry. All sold out. But I have some antidotes on sale.
Nah, never mind. I'll save my money then.
А что у тебя вон в той
What's in
бутылке?
that bottle back there?
Undiluted ethanol with antifreeze? Tastes all right, really. I used to drink that a lot until I was eventually no longer able to find the bottle.
У тебя успокоительное
Have you
есть?
got any sedatives?
Yes, but you need a prescription.
I've got a prescription right here.
That's not a prescription. That's a button you tore from your coat.
Are you quite sure about that?
Listen, I may be blind, but I'm not dumb.
Well, maybe you should get a second opinion.
А бесплатно ты ничего
Are
не
you
даешь?
giving away anything for free?
Not really. The only thing I could offer you is a sample of this new plant. It contains various mind-altering substances that have never been tested on humans. Incredibly dangerous. Absolutely illegal. And the possible side effects are both unpredictable and unspeakable.
But it's free.
Yes, but
In that case, can I have it?
not so fast. You can only have the Cucumis agnito in exchange for a free coupon.
Cuckoo. What?
Cucumis agnito, the cucumber of revelation. The active ingredient is in its juice. Unfortunately, the shell is very hard.
Hard shell, dangerous content, unpredictable side effects? Oh, just like me.
Может, ты все же мне не дашь бесплатный огурец?
Won't you let me have a free cucumber?
Only for a coupon.
Ah, great. And where would I get one of these coupons?
From the Free Pharmacy magazine, of course.
But I don't see a free pharmacy magazine here.
Neither do I. But do you hear me complaining? It's prominently displayed here somewhere.
No, it's not.
When I took my break earlier, one copy was definitely still there. I tested a new laxative, and suddenly everything had to go very fast.
And you took the magazine to the bathroom with you? What for? To read the cartoons?
Ever heard of Braille? Also, Gulliver's Tavern is always out of toilet paper.
Мне пока ничего не надо.
Nothing I need right now.
You get what you deserve.
Я
I'm
тут
new
впервые.
here. Are there any sites you would recommend?
Very funny. I'm blind. Just in case you hadn't noticed.
Hey, nobody's perfect. Nobody but me!
Так. Отсюда открывается шикарный вид на рыночную площадь.
From here, you know, you've got a great view of the marketplace.
That explains a lot of the noises I've been hearing lately.
What do you hear then? Any news or exciting rumors?
Sorry to disappoint you, but that rhythmic background music drowns out everything. Except for occasional cheering coming from the arena.
А что это за арена?
What's up with that arena?
I've been wondering about that myself. All I know is that it's a cauldron-shaped pit in the center of the marketplace. Some kind of sporting competition is held there, involving platypuses, I think, and water.
Water?
Yes. Luckily, they've now built a railing around the arena.
Ты давно был в Белвью?
Have you been to Bellevue recently?
Very funny.
Я выключил
I
музыку.
switched off the music.
Wow. Thanks a lot. I don't even want to know how you did that.
Ой. Мета в этой игре — это просто обалденная вещь. Мета-референсы. Ладно,
See you
увидимся.
later.
Not if I see you first.
То есть здесь внизу арена с утконосами? О! Чувак с этих, с роликов. Гондольер.
Gah, what a weirdo. Couldn't he find a decent job? Yoo-hoo!
Рейгл? Что это у тебя за ноты?
What is that sheet music?
La musica si fa volare. È una canzone molto romantica. La 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 la.
Calzone.
Prego.
Ам. А. Полтора месяца изучения итальянского. Помогай. Кальцоне. По идее, это кальцоне ди романтико, это романтические песни. А что-нибудь другое можешь
Can't
спеть?
you sing something else for a change?
Con piacere, ma sfortunatamente, but it's too bad. I have just uno singolo spartito, only one musical scitta, comprende?
Some of it.
У него есть только одна песня в нотах. А тебе непременно надо петь, когда ты гребешь по
Do you
каналу?
really have to keep rowing through the canals and singing?
Cantare, ma sì. I needed to drive off the... How do you say?
Boredom?
Grazie.
Ah, well, now that makes sense.
Песни прогоняют крыс. Классная гондола.
Cool, gondola.
Sì, sì, questo cabrio molto confortabile con tutto extra speciale.
With all the extras? What extras?
Airbag?
Очень комфортная гондола с подушкой безопасности. Не хотела бы тебя волновать, но Аргононцы собираются взорвать
I
Депонию.
don't mean to worry you, but the Organon is planning to blow up Deponia.
No apprensione, don't worry. Con una bella canzone on your lips, all is gonna be fine in the end.
Nothing's gonna be bene. The whole planet is gonna go kablooey.
So I will sing fino all'ora, la 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 la.
Oh, brother. I hope they hurry up with their explosion.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci!
Huh? What's that mean?
Nothing. The bumper looks stable, but can it withstand the infamous Rufus crash test?
Stronzo! Is you matto, making a poof with my new sacco di aria. Now I must go to il tocco to get a replacement.
That was funny. A music stand? Uh-oh, that spells trouble. These foreign models are just pieces of junk. Something's always breaking down. Caution is required. The colorful ones like to bite back. Oh man, that was a lousy Easter. I never touch stuff that's
Так. Пасхальные яйца. Причал.
What an ugly nest. It must belong to an extremely ugly bird.
And who have we here? Well, if it isn't the newcomer that everyone's talking about.
They're talking about me. High time, too. All those stories of my heroic deeds are actually quite understated.
We're not interested in fairy tales. You've got something that we want.
Huh. Tough. Good looks is something you're born with.
We are talking about the secret ascension codes.
The Ascension codes? Over my dead body. Wait. Let me rephrase that. Uh-oh. Ow! Ow! Oh! Ouch! Ow! Ow! Oh! Ouch! Oh! Oh! Ow! Oof! Ow! Oh!
He hasn't got the money.
I guess he isn't as stupid as he looks.
So what do we do now?
We'd better report this to Donna.
Донна?
Oh. Lots of friendly people here. Maybe I should tone it down a bit.
Я чувствую, что это магазин запчастей.
I don't want that. That's really small bait. Nothing like my epic whale bait made from phosphorescent anchovies. What was it I didn't want to do again with jars full of hooks? Oh yeah! Stick my hand in. Ow! What do I do first? Save the world? Repair my girlfriend's brain damage? No, I know. I'll look at this bucket. Haha, sweet.
Хорошо. Так, рыбак меня, скорее всего, не... Хотя...
Yoo-hoo!
Scram! You're scaring the fish.
But...
Shoot!
Ну да. Huh?
Welcome to Gilligan's Gadget Garden. You are being served by Shapomat 2000. How may I help you?
Yeah, Doc sent me to get a set of cartridges.
Of course, we currently offer 2 different brands. The first is Platinum Proof Professional. They are somewhat more expensive but of better quality. There is a cheaper kind as well. Cowboy Dodo's Jolly All-Purpose Cartridges. Their quality may not be top of the line, but they come with a free colorful lollipop.
A lollipop?
So, which brand do you prefer?
Платина профессионал, качество прежде всего. Это не ответ, который Руфус сказал.
And those are really the good cartridges?
Of course. Remember, Goal's mind is at stake here.
All right. Here goes nothing.
Мне это не нравится.
Did it work?
I'm not sure. Something's not right.
Rufus? I might have known. Why does the same question pop up in my mind every time I set eyes on you?
Who's that good-looking guy in the snappy overcoat?
Where am I?
Because the aura of my magnetism is befuddling your sense of orientation.
Seriously, where did you drag me off to this time? And what is that awful smell?
This is the floating black market. You're safe here.
Safe? Rufus, I was on my way to Elysium.
Well, yes, you were, but with the wrong guy.
Cletus wanted to help me.
And you trust that lying slime bag?
Yes, who I am more likely to trust. My fiancé or his cheap imitation?
Hey, what's up with you?
What's up? I wake up only to find myself in some stinking torture chamber. That's what's up with me. I'm already itching all over just because I'm forced to breathe this foul, polluted air. I'm about to be sick. I need to get out of here.
She seems to be pretty mad.
Not really. I just have a certain effect on explosive women.
What, lighting the fuse?
Yeah, very funny. But she actually did seem a little volatile. Are you sure you didn't mess her up somehow?
I think I might be able to explain this. Some information wasn't written to the cartridge, almost as if we'd used the cheap ones.
Not as cheap as your excuses.
Her mind appears to have been split 3 ways.
So, the woman who just stomped out of the lab is only a part of Goal?
And not the most agreeable part, I hope.
Come on, Doc. I thought you were an expert.
It is nothing that I can't fix, but for that I need all 3 cartridges, including the one that is currently inserted in her implant. Also, I cannot operate without the consent of the patient. Therefore, all 3 parts of Goal must cooperate before I can go ahead with the surgery.
Oh yeah, judging from her mood, she'll be positively enthusiastic about you flipping open her skull again.
Agreed. Maybe you had better start with a different part of her character.
Huh?
Take the 2 cartridges that are still in the output hopper. And this thing.
What is it? A remote control?
Not quite. See that compartment in the back? Just insert one of the other cartridges and press the button when you're close to Goal.
That's what I said, a remote.
It's more complicated than that. Data's written to a buffer and...
And I can zap back and forth between 2 characters.
No. Yes. Something like that, but...
Just like a remote.
Just like a remote.
Cool. I wish I'd had one of these for Tony.
Hurry up, Rufus. The longer the fragments of her character get used to their independence, the more difficult it will become to talk them into having that surgery done. Go find Goal and persuade her. All 3 parts of her. I will prepare everything else here in the meantime.
All right, here we go.
Lollipop or love? Леденец или любовь?
I wonder what part of her personality is on here. I bet it's her shapely butt. I wish I'd had one of these. The cartridge fits! Now the remote just has to work. Thanks to my charm, the rest will be child's play. I wish I'd had one of. Hello again.
Ah, Rufus, how are you getting on?
Мы непременно должны снова собрать Goal вместе.
We really have to put Goal back together again.
I'm working on it. Simply persuade her to undergo the surgery. That is, all 3 versions of her. Use the remote to switch between cartridges. Once you have convinced all 3, send them to my lab. I'll see to the rest.
Что пошло не
What
так?
went wrong?
Looks like Gilligan actually palmed off the wrong cartridges on you.
Oh, what a scoundrel!
Goal's mind is now distributed over 3 cartridges. Each cartridge contains different aspects of her character.
Well, it's no big deal. If you know one side of her, you know them all.
Not really.
Так который из них настоящая
So,
Goal?
which one is the real Goal?
Every one of them. And none of them.
Haha, I see. Just like breeding mimicry wombats.
What? No. Each of the 3 goals represents one side of the real goal, but the whole is more than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, just like the wombats. Those critters breed like crazy if you don't watch out.
What? No. Never mind. Let's just say we need all 3 goals to cooperate. I cannot put them back together without their consent.
Hey, you don't have to tell me. I almost lost a finger once that way. These horrid little beasts.
Как там работает переключение
How does
картриджей?
switching the cartridge work again?
Use the remote when you're close to her. That way you can briefly detach her mind from her body. Depending on which cartridge is currently in the remote, a new mind will then be loaded to the cartridge in her implant. And the mind that was in her brain prior to that will be buffered in the ether and then saved to the cartridge in the remote.
Cool. Pew pew.
Okay. Usually at this point, people ask me whether it isn't dangerous.
So the others are all wimps, unlike me.
I'm just saying, the risk of lasting brain damage and all that.
Quite the opposite. I'm way cool.
super cool Sheriff Rufus with his deadly remote of permanent brain damage. Pachoo! Pachoo!
Я бы, я бы Руфусу свою личность вообще ни в каким образом бы не доверила. Так. Классный
Nice
офис.
office.
Gee, thanks, Rufus.
Now, I would have furnished it a bit differently, but it's still not bad.
Yes, I know. The shielding of the generator resonates rather awkwardly with the induction field of the magnetic solenoid coil in the main capacitor. But what would you do if you had oscillation frequencies of 6 gigahertz and more with a constant 30 Teslas?
Oh, yeah, let me see. I would move the generator a little more to the left.
But with this kind of field intensity, wouldn't that be too dangerous? I would hate to accidentally create a neutron star in my office.
Yeah, well...
You know what we're talking about, don't you?
Of course I know, and I still say more to the left.
If you think so, have you noticed anything else?
Можно взять у тебя пару инструментов?
Can I borrow some tools from you?
Go ahead. Help yourself. All I need to do now is make a few fine adjustments. For that, I just need a hammer and some chewing gum.
Yeah, sounds good.
А что за хитрая машина у тебя там за
What's
дверью?
that funny apparatus in the lock next door?
Don't you mess with that, kid. It is part of an experiment designed to revive dead brain tissue by means of well-aimed electrical impulses. But there are a few obnoxious side effects that so far I haven't been able to remedy.
What kind of side effects?
The electrical field is so strong that space will fold around the generator, and the resulting creases are really hard to iron out.
Ой, ничего не поняла. А морозилка тебе зачем?
The freezer for?
That's where I keep the spare brains for my operations. And my lunchbox, of course. But right now, it's empty.
Plenty of ice, no brains, and nothing to eat? Sounds like a fashion show to me.
Мой офис был круче.
My office was cooler and bigger.
Really? The one in your ex-girlfriend's house?
Yep, not only bigger, there were also more blinky things. And it also had more of those things next to the door.
Light switches?
Precisely.
Ты починил подушку безопасности гондольера?
Did you repair the gondolier's airbag?
Yep. All taken care of. And the next replacement is already waiting on the pier in front of the shop. But I still have no idea how that could happen.
I bet there's a criminal genius behind this.
Looks more like random vandalism to me. But who am I to complain? If it weren't for random vandalism, I guess I could close my shop for good.
Yeah, long live the random vandals.
Я пошел тогда.
I'll be off then.
Quite.
Отойду ненадолго. Возьму что-нибудь попить. Увидимся через пару минут. Я вернулась. Я запустила в комнату кошку. Я надеюсь, очень надеюсь, что я сделала это не напрасно. Что я об этом не пожалею. Иди сюда. Иди сюда. Муша. Муша. Иди ко мне. Иди ко мне. Нет, на руки она не идет. Муша. Муша. Только не прыгай на меня. Пожалуйста, не прыгай на меня. Все, она забралась под кровать. Теперь я ее оттуда не вытащу, скорее всего. Ну ладно. Сама выйдет. Итак, нужно найти Гоу.
It's okay.
А здесь ее нет. Здесь ее тоже нет.
Whoever designed this pipe displays a refreshing lack of respect for any sense of efficiency. Hello? Testing, testing. Attention, attention. This is an important announcement. A comet is approaching the floating black market. I repeat, a comet is approaching the floating black market. In order to avoid panic, you should consider suicide as an option. Oh, that can be used
Вентиль.
to close the pipe. Right now, it's open. Great, now the pipe's closed, but I'd better leave it open. And keep it in the back of my mind, just in case.
What is it this time? I told you, I don't lend stuff to no one. So don't complain when you get a cup of cyanide instead of milk. What the? Who are you?
Мне
I
нужен
would
нож.
like a knife.
In your gut or in your eye? You can have both.
Вот. Ты вернулась. Все, лежи. Лежи. Давай ты ко мне сейчас. Перестань кусаться. Вот. Все, смотри. Здесь хорошо и классно. Ложись ко мне. Ложись ко мне. Сначала кусаешь, потом лижешь. Все. Все. Лежи. Что у тебя есть интересного?
What have you got on offer?
My specialty today is cuts and stab wounds for obnoxious visitors.
Holy crap on a cracker.
Тебе не кажется, что с потенциальным клиентом стоит побыть
Do you
поприветливее?
think that's the smartest way to treat a potential customer?
You? A potential customer? Ha! Just look at you! You should be glad I haven't shot you yet, with the emphasis on yet.
Кажется, я заблудился.
I think I lost my way.
Yeah, I think so too. But I've got good news for you. It's not gonna happen anymore in the future.
Because then I'll know my way around?
Because you won't be able to walk, that's why.
Ну я тогда, наверное, пойду.
I guess I'll be on my way then.
Yeah, don't even think about bugging me again.
Муша, перестань. Так. Значит, здесь больше ничего... Я потеряна. Так, и все-таки я кошку унесу. Мне не нравится, что она без присмотра. Она все кусается и царапается. Ай.
I feel like I'm being watched. Oh, no, I can't while someone's watching.
Эти чуваки?
Hey, you! Why are you sneaking around here?
Do you mean me?
Of course I mean you. Or do you have an invisible buddy with you?
Ha! If I had a buddy with me, he wouldn't be half as invisible as I am, because I move as inconspicuously as a ninja.
Ah, no way. The way you stomp around, I would notice you even if you were hidden using the golden dragon of invisibility from Gilligan's Gadget Shop.
Ha! A real ninja doesn't need gadgets. I can dissolve into thin air with my secret stealth powers anytime.
Then please do that. I don't want to see you around here again. Understand?
What amateur installed
Antenna.
this? It's in need of realignment. What amateur installed this? It's in need of realignment. Oops. Why does that always happen to me with antennas? This is apparently a real hand. They don't appear to think much of dice games here. Go, go, Rufus Rubber Arm! That always worked before.
Гавань.
That must be the new airbag. That was fast. This isn't a trash-burning engine. I don't see a switch. No matter. With a little technical know-how, it shouldn't be a problem. Turn off!
А это, судя по вывеске, таверна. Гоу.
Is that supposed to be a razorfish? To me, it looks more like a sword. Hey, hold still! Oh, darn it. Oh, it seems to have some sort of motion sensor. What an ugly bird. Don't they have any face checks around here? May I bother you?
Not really.
Then I'll have to do it without your consent.
Мы часом не встречались в мастерской Дока?
Didn't we meet in front of Doc's workshop?
You must be mistaken.
No. You and your beefy chum, you were gonna take something from me. What was it you were yelling? Death to the Organon?
Death to the Organon! I mean, death to the Organon! Whoever would say such a thing? Not that it isn't a good slogan. I mean, someone must have put a lot of thought into that.
А чего ты тут сидишь совсем
Why are
один?
you sitting here on your lonesome?
I'm waiting for a worthy opponent to play rock, paper, scissors.
Why do you think you might find one here?
Because people around here tend to give you the finger.
That makes sense.
А ты правда профи в камень, ножницы,
So
бумагу?
you're a professional rock, paper, scissors player?
Yeah, I'm an expert, a professional gamer, a prestidigitator. Scissors is my forte. I've been training it for years and I can do it in my sleep. But my rock really rocks too. Once in a while, I'm still a bit hesitant to make full use of my paper. But my coach says that I can compensate for this weakness through speed and stamina.
Я хочу
I want
сыграть.
to play.
Why not? But I need to see your fingers first. Did you bring them?
Well, the last time I looked, they were at the lower end of my arm. Let me have a look. Yep, here they are.
Nice try, buddy.
Why? What's wrong with them?
Those aren't official tournament fingers. They might be loaded. Come back when you have an official tournament hand.
Что? Ладно, я тогда
I'll be
пойду.
off then.
See you around.
О боже. Да. Ладно.
That's one of the guys I beat up outside the city gate. I'll have to be careful. Excuse me?
What do you want?
Кажется, кое-кому следует
I
извиниться.
think an apology would be in order.
What for?
Like, for attacking me in the street?
Listen up, kiddo. I'm a member of unorganized crime.
And how does that give you the right to assault innocent passers-by in broad daylight?
That's the way we roll.
Cool.
Неорганизованная преступность — это вообще что?
So, unorganized crime. What is it exactly?
We're just like a criminal organization without the organized bits.
Можно к вам присоединиться.
Could I join you, maybe? I'm incredibly unorganized.
Don't be ridiculous. What could you possibly have to offer?
Я талантливый
I'm a
механик.
gifted tinkerer.
Really? So what do you tinker?
Power inverters, escape machines, a life of order and contentment.
That's kid stuff. You're simply not reckless enough for an unorganized criminal.
Не очень
I'm
крепкий.
very resilient. I can fall from a tower 2 miles high into a pile of syringes without taking any damage.
Remarkable. And can you juggle balls on your nose?
Oh, really? I'm a daring adventurer, not a circus ocelot.
That's kid stuff. You're simply not reckless enough for an unorganized criminal.
Нет. Нет. Не начинай. Пожалуйста. Сосед сверху, не начинай. Я просто
I
невероятно
am
крут.
so incredibly cool.
Just how cool?
I'm so, like, laid back that the back of my head, like, is almost touching the ground. Yeah.
That's kid stuff. You're simply not reckless enough for an unorganized criminal.
Я благодарный
And I'm a good
слушатель.
listener.
You are? That sounds interesting.
They call me the Ear.
You know, there's this story that I've always wanted to...
Eagle Ear, master of sound waves.
But my story...
Listening his opponents into the dust.
Forget it.
What? Did he say something?
Очень не вовремя. Невероятно не вовремя. Ладно. Может быть, если я притворюсь, что перестала стримить, он тоже затихнет? Я точно достаточно бесшабашный.
I certainly am
Безбашенный.
reckless enough.
No, you're not.
Как мне это доказать?
So how can I prove to you that I'm reckless enough?
You'd have to do something truly reckless, like shave Donna's cat, for instance.
If that's all.
That wasn't a serious suggestion. Nobody in his right mind would ever do something that reckless.
Hey, I'm not nobody in his right. Don't try to stop me.
Скоро я стану одним из вас, вот увидишь.
I'll soon be part of your organization. You'll see.
Beat it.
А что органонцы думают насчет вашей организации?
So, what does the Organon think of your organization?
This is the floating black market, kiddo. We don't care what the Organon thinks.
So, what about that Organon official right behind you?
What? Very funny.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
А где твой приятель?
Say, where's your pal?
Wink? He's got in our secret hideout, even though he's not really qualified. Blind as a bat in his right eye. And the right eye is the important one after all.
Huh? Who says that?
My mama. Why?
Они настоящие итальянцы. Они же настоящие итальянцы. Прям по голосу чувствую. Ты тоже играешь в камень-ножницы-бумагу?
Do you also like to play rock, paper, scissors?
Sure. Unfortunately, I left my tournament fingers in the hideout today.
Окей, значит, перчатка внизу. Внутри подлодки. Это его турнирная перчатка. Турнирный пальц. Боза.
Terrific first mate I've got there. I have to do all the work, and he sits there guzzling grog.
First mate, what are you talking about? I'm just giving you passage on my trawler, for which, by the way, you still haven't paid.
Oh yeah, good old Bozo, always mumbling some ancient sailor's curses. Hello, Bozo, old pirate.
We've been through this, Rufus. I am not a pirate. I'm only a junk dealer with my own trawler.
Yeah, right. And the parrot on your shoulder is only perching there by chance.
I don't have a parrot, Rufus. I've never had one.
Is that so? Then who did I feed those earthworms to whenever you were asleep?
You're a rare bird yourself.
An eagle.
Say, Rufus, was there anything in particular you wanted to talk to me about?
Certainly.
Then what are you waiting for?
The multiple choice box.
Wait a minute. Worms?
Shh. Here it comes now.
Только не говори, что я проспал все путешествие.
Don't tell me I slept through the entire passage.
Like a platypus. Only you mumbled in your sleep.
I was dreaming of my next big adventure.
Would that have anything to do with ballet, sweet cheeks?
Док что-то напортачил с операцией.
Something went wrong with the surgery.
You think so? She looks healthy to me.
Well, physically, she's in great shape. Like this. Boom, chaka chaka, boom, yeah! But mentally, it's more like... Cuckoo! Understand?
Certain people have mental problems. Yes, I understand that.
Her mind has been split into 3 parts. Now, I have to persuade all 3 of them to come back to the lab for another round of surgery.
Your girlfriend now exists in triplicate? Don't stretch yourself too thin. Handling one woman's hard enough. But 3 at a time?
I'll manage somehow.
Ну что, как местный грог?
How's the grog around here?
This is peppermint tea.
Yeah, right. Tell me another one. Pirates drink grog. Everybody knows that.
But I'm not. Listen, I talked to Doc. He says your skewed perception may be an indication of a serious head injury.
And the scar next to your eye may be an indication of an exciting sea battle. Har!
Seriously. Did you ever fall on your head? I mean, between the 2 times since we've met.
Anchors away! Hoist the sails! Avast ye, landlubbers! Yo ho 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 ho!
Oh, well, none of my business. Just as long as you don't forget to pay me for the passage.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum! Arr!
Ну, увидимся.
See you later.
Don't get lost.
Так, что осталось?
I hope there's also something useful in there.
Брачная ода помойных крабов, тарантелла мусорной лавины, песня веселого Джонни, танго мертвых голубей. Ладно. Дверца автомата.
Whew. Despite my mighty strength, I'm not going to get anywhere without tools. The flap is screwed down.
Hey, leave the candle alone. It's the only thing that provides light in here when the generator goes on the fritz.
Locked.
Так.
Hi.
Ah, a new customer. Welcome to Gulliver's Gully. I'm Gulliver. If you need to use the bathroom, let me know. Then I'll give you the key, the flashlight, and the wolf repellent. We assume no liability for damages caused by the peanuts on the counter. So, what can I do for you?
Глотка Гулливера не слишком гостеприимное название.
Gulliver's Gully doesn't sound terribly inviting.
My customers aren't used to being invited anywhere. Who would want to invite thieves and smugglers? Or people with infectious mouth diseases? Now, if you're looking for an inviting ambience, you'd better go uptown, kid.
У меня пара вопросов у твоих постоянных клиентов.
I've got a few questions
Клиентах.
regarding your regulars.
Spit 'em out.
Что тут обычно за народ тусит?
What kind of people usually hang out here?
Well, riffraff and rabble, you know, thieves, cutthroats, but the good kind.
Well, it's pretty empty at the moment.
Always is this time of day. Besides your people, only Nod is here now. He's with unorganized crime. I think he's here now because his brother Wink took over the first third of the preliminary 5 o'clock shift today. But as you can imagine, unorganized crime schedules are a little obscure. And then there's Garliff. He comes here to play.
So what does he play?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Seriously? Your dangerous rabble plays rock, paper, scissors?
It may not sound like a game for tough men, but the stakes are high. And they play with loaded fingers.
Пестрая толпа. У вас тут бывают проблемы с органонцами?
Don't you ever run into problems with the Organon? To me, it looks like everyone here is doing whatever they want.
That's right. The authorities leave us alone here. Portofisco is far away, and the magnetic train route runs along the coast. That's how the floating black market was formed in the first place. We're always in places where the Organon doesn't look.
And if I told you that it won't stay that way for long?
Then I would tell you to go join Janosch and his resistance windbags. Only an idiot would believe in that conspiracy crap.
Ты знаешь капитана Боза?
Do you know Captain Bozo?
Sure. He drops anchor here on a regular basis. I think he's got something going on with the owner of the weapons store in Little Venice. She won't break your heart. She'll perforate it with a repeating laser.
And Bozo has a thing going with that fury? I can hardly imagine how that would work out.
То есть девчонка, которая на нас двухстволку направила, это подружка Боза. Что ты можешь рассказать о неорганизованной преступности?
I wouldn't mess with them if I were you. They're dangerous and unpredictable. If you want to know more, go ahead and ask Nod over there.
Окей. Ты что-то говорила о подпольном движении? Что это такое?
You mentioned an underground movement. What's up with that?
Well, calling it an underground movement might be somewhat exaggerated. Garliff and his friends, Janosch and Liebold, hold regular meetings in Janosch's mother's basement.
That's gotta be a joke.
It is. And the punchline is Janosch, their leader. He thinks he's some sort of freedom fighter.
Ладно, пока достаточно.
That's it for now.
Yep, that was definitely enough.
Темно у тебя здесь.
It's pretty dark in here.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Most of my regulars aren't a pretty sight. But if you think this is dark, just wait until the generator breaks down again.
Does that happen often?
Unfortunately, yeah. It's the salty air. Almost the same effect as sugar in the tank. Odd, isn't it?
Соленый воздух и сахар. У меня есть в кармане сахарница. Хорошо. Плесни мне выпить.
A drink, please.
Have you got any money?
Well,
I thought so. I mean, just look at you.
Why does everybody always say that?
Come back when you've got money. Transients don't get a tab here.
Что еще можно посмотреть на плавучем черном
What
рынке?
else is there to see in the floating black market?
Don't tell me you're a tourist. In that case, you'd better go uptown, assuming they let you in. Downtown is reserved for smugglers, fences, gamblers, and pirates. For a special thrill, I recommend watching the platypus pataka in the market arena. However, fighting only takes place when two squabblers are going after each other.
Расскажи мне еще... Так, про бойню уткан...
Go on.
Про
Tell
бойню
me about those
утконосов.
platypus fights again.
Platypus pataka is a lethal contest, a fight for life and death.
Platypus bataka. That sounds a little bit obscene.
Downright dirty, don't you think?
Yes, dirty.
Dirty.
That is not a good thing, Rufus. Quite the opposite. It's vulgar.
Dirty and vulgar.
Good grief.
Твой фанат может что-то другое сыграть для
Can't the
разнообразия?
jukebox play a different song for a change?
What do you mean? It plays a different song all the time.
Are you sure? It does sound pretty familiar, you know.
Leave my jukebox alone. Nothing but classics in the playlist. My favorite is the mating song of the junk crabs, but only when the door's closed. I have enough complaints about crab bites as it is.
Налей девушке
A
выпить.
drink for the lady, please.
No thanks. Even if I could bring myself to drink from these filthy glasses,
No comment.
I would never allow the likes of you to buy me a drink.
And what if I were the last man in existence?
What do you mean, were?
Bummer.
Мне надо в туалет.
I need to use the bathroom.
Then you should sign this waiver first.
A waiver? I hereby confirm that I am not entitled to seek damages against Gulliver, Gulliver's Gully, or Splash Me Toilet Outfitters in the case of blah 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 blah, hair loss, chemical burns to the nasal mucous membranes, blah 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 blah, spider bites, rat bites, wolf bites, blah 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 blah, leprosy, psoriasis, or any kind of curse inflicted by indigenous tribes? Who would sign this nonsense?
Well, the owner of the drugstore, for one.
Is he suicidal?
No. Blind. Using this bathroom is also a popular test of courage. I mean, popular with those who are named in the will. Garliff up there currently has a bet going on with his buddy, Liebold. But, I don't think he's gonna do it. He's still got plans.
Yeah, well, I have a plan too. I'm planning not to act like a coward. Hand me that pen.
You don't have to do this. You know that, right?
I've never done things I had to do.
Well then, good luck. When your urge to go becomes stronger than your sense of self-preservation, You can ask Garla for the key.
I'll do that.
Ну, увидимся.
See you.
Come back when you're serious about buying a drink.
All right, Rufus. This is a routine situation for a ladies' man like yourself. Easy peasy. No reason at all to be nervous. You are eloquent and witty, very handsome, and your hair smells of solvent. Now, for the right facial expression.
Мыслитель.
Here it comes. Check. Charm cannons at full blast. And now to come up with the best possible line.
Ла-ла, красотка.
Oh, that's it. A classic. Take a deep breath and then... Here I go.
Oh, heavens, it's you again. You never give up, do you?
Вот значит, где ты тусуешься.
So, this is where you've been hanging out.
Believe me, I would much rather be on the West Promenade by the rotating gardens. At this time of year, Morris serves the best soyacino in all of Elysium. Instead, I'm sitting in this hole in the ground drinking... What is this, anyway?
Camel drool, what else?
Camel drool.
No, wait, the camel drool's still under the counter. What you got there is the tincture for my nail infection.
Ah! Does that mean you bathed your filthy nails in this?
Yeah, but go ahead and drink it. Apparently it only works on fingernails.
And this is where my mechanisms of repression should be kicking in. Ah! Here they are.
Ты что, злишься на меня?
Are you mad at me for some reason?
Whatever makes you think that? You kidnapped me, caused me a bad head injury.
That's not the way I remember it.
You appear to be suffering from a perception disorder.
You mean, in reality, you're not sexy at all?
Just stay away from me. Understood?
Ты должна пойти со мной к
You
доку.
have to come with me and see Doc.
What for? So you can demolish my head even further?
Ah, really turned your head, did I?
Turning heads and demolishing them are two different things.
With Tony's tortoise, they weren't.
Listen, Rufus, I am dirty, my hair is a mess, and my head feels like someone sliced through my skull with a circular saw.
Yes, but there's no proof.
And to top it all off, I'm starving. So, you had better stay away from me.
Hey, if you're hungry, I've got a leftover bowl of peanuts from our last mud cake festival.
Ugh, yuck! It's growing hair. I bet this little bowl contains more killer bacteria than a biological warfare lab.
Nah, we're all out of killer bacteria. These are influenza viruses.
Я просто взяла его. Ты должна пойти со мной, разбираться, что вышло
You
не
must
так.
come with me. Something went wrong with the surgery.
What do you mean something went wrong?
Well, you know the fairy tale about the three bears? It was pretty much like that, just that there were no bears. And that your mind was, split three ways during botched brain surgery, that's all.
What?
No, don't panic, I'll fix everything.
Может, ты все-таки пойдешь со мной?
Won't you please just come along?
No, I'd rather starve here.
Can't we speed this up a little? We both know that you can't resist me forever.
I said no. And if you were a gentleman, you would know what that word means.
Что мне сделать, чтобы ты пошла со мной?
What do I have to do to make you come along?
First of all, you should look up the meaning of the word no.
Yeah, all right, let's assume I just did that. What would I have to do next?
Как насчет романтического ужина?
Could I interest you in a romantic dinner?
A dinner invitation? Really? Huh. Maybe there is a spark of gallantry left under that filthy coat of yours.
Dinner first. You can go looking for my gallantry later.
Which restaurants did you have in mind? And is it clean?
A restaurant? I was thinking of, an extra serving of peanuts. I mean, they're free, aren't they?
Yeah, if you don't count the doctor's bill.
Ah, great.
It sounded too good to be true. Just forget it.
Эй, крошка.
Hey, baby.
There he goes again.
Вообще-то мы не такие уж
We're
разные.
actually not all that different. Neither of us belongs on this planet.
That's right. I belong on Elysium, and you belong in solitary confinement.
No. What I meant was we belong together. We are soulmates, so to speak.
I have no idea where you get that notion. I am sophisticated. I am educated.
Check. Check.
I haven't got any communicable diseases.
But I still maintain that we're very similar.
Just don't come too close to me, will you?
Больно было, когда ты упала с
Did it
неба.
hurt when you fell from heaven?
It did indeed.
Oh, right. Yes, I can imagine.
Ай, Руфус не умеет флиртовать с девушками. Взгляни мне в глаза, малышка.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Why? Do you have a sty or something?
Now that you mention it, I've actually got a little eye infection.
Ugh, keep your distance, okay?
Что такая милая девушка делает в таком злачном
What's a
месте?
nice girl like you doing in a place like this?
Good question. What am I doing here? Oh, I remember. You dropped me from the escape pod.
Saved you, dropped you. Doesn't all that depend on the point of view?
Only if you're a short-sighted idiot.
Luckily, that's easy to verify. Hey, Bozo, did I rescue Goal?
No idea. I gave up trying to understand what you were doing a long time ago.
You see? Bozo thinks I'm cool too. I give up.
Я
I'm
сдаюсь.
afraid I already know you better than that.
Жди здесь, я скоро
Wait here,
вернусь.
I'll be right back.
Is that a promise?
Of course.
Good. That increases the chances that you'll stay away.
What a woman.
Ай. Ну, по крайней мере. Мне кажется, я не успела изучить еще одну локацию, которая на карте была наверху. Но я нашла Бозу, я нашла Гол. Я знаю, что мне нужно засыпать сахар в генератор, чтобы его отключить. Да. В целом можно на сегодня все. Закругляться. Запись будет на Ютубе. Наверное, завтра выложу. Пока тем, кто был, спасибо. На следующем стриме продолжу проходить Депонию. Когда точно будет стрим, не уверена. Посмотрю. Да, всем спасибо. Всем пока. Всем хорошего вечера.